prostitution itself is really generally a choice of women who have no choice, right? So that's the overwhelming majority. It's such a small percentage of women who are in their own volition making this choice to do this with their bodies, right? And but the overwhelming majority of women are women who are doing it as a way, as a means to an end, right? We know that there's also a large percentage of women who are being trafficked who appear to be, you know, working in prostitution, right? So the day-to-day reality is that most of the, and this is research that has supported this this position, most of the women who are in prostitution would rather not be. There are statistics to support this, right? A large percentage of the women have had some sort of sexual assault. Many of them have been raped. Many of them have suffered some level of physical violence. The overwhelming majority of them are dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, suicidal ideations, with depression. And so it's not this, there's not this glamorous aspect to it where, you know, you almost think of it as an escort service where women are empowered in some ways because they're making choices and decisions with their own bodies. And so it's a form of the women's empowerment movement. That is such a small percentage of women who are in that position. The reality for the overwhelming majority of women in prostitution is what I've just outlined. And so for me as an advocate, you know, I think, you know, women, if that's what they choose to do, it's not my, you know, initial preference, but I think, you know, my role here is to amplify the voices of women who don't have a choice, who are being forced into prostitution, who are dealing with these day-to-day implications. I mentioned the Redemption Project, which is our, you know, our local initiative in Nigeria, and the overwhelming majority of women there that we've been able to support and rescue are actually in that position because they have no choice. They're not able to pay for a medication that's less than $1 to be able to heal their child of malaria. You know, they're not able to get two meals a day for their children. They're facing abject poverty, living in that, you know, below the poverty line of $1.90 a day. And so this is not, it doesn't have this glamorous outlook. And when you look at the countries that are allowing prostitution to prevail, you find some of these horrific statistics that I mentioned, and women are not empowered. On the contrary, it's actually quite disempowering for women.